Hello and welcome to Healthy Aging Blueprint. I'm truly grateful you're here. On this channel, we explore simple, powerful ways to care for your body, nurture your mind, and live with purpose at every stage of life. Wherever you're watching from, I wish you good health, peace, and lasting happiness. If you find value in today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you never miss a step on your journey to aging well. Have you ever felt a little unsteady on your feet, but couldn't quite explain why? Do you find yourself taking shorter steps, clutching walls, or hesitating before stepping off a curb? What if I told you that balance doesn't just disappear, it fades quietly, and it's often because of 5 preventable mistakes no one warns you about? It rarely starts with a dramatic fall. Instead, it's the subtle moments, the slight wobble, the cautious steps, the growing doubt, that slowly chip away at your confidence. Before you know it, you're not walking the way you used to. You're avoiding curbs, hesitating on stairs, or simply clinging to furniture just to feel secure. But here's something important. Balance doesn't vanish overnight. In most cases, it fades because of 5 common mistakes that are both preventable and fixable. The encouraging news is that once you understand what these mistakes are, you can take immediate steps to stop the decline, and even rebuild the stability you thought was gone for good. In this video, we'll uncover those 5 hidden balance mistakes and give you clear, simple solutions to help you move with renewed confidence. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or well beyond, these tips could be the difference between taking careful steps and walking boldly with ease. Before we dive in, if you're enjoying content like this, consider giving this video a thumbs up. It really helps us share more lessons about healthy aging. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you'll never miss another tip that could transform your daily life. If you like this video, leave a comment with the number 1. If not, drop a 0, so we know how to serve you better in the future. Now, let's get into mistake number 1, neglecting ankle and foot strength. Many people believe that balance comes mainly from the brain, or maybe from the core and hips. While those areas are important, the true foundation of your balance lies elsewhere, in your feet and ankles. These often overlooked muscles and joints are your body's front-line stabilizers, helping you adjust quickly and stay upright with every step you take. Your feet and ankles are your body's first line of defense against instability. Every time you walk across uneven ground, step off a curb, or recover from a slight misstep, it's your ankles that leap into action. These joints are like silent heroes, constantly making small, rapid adjustments to absorb shock, stabilize your posture, and send important signals to your brain to help you stay upright. But here's the problem. As we grow older, we tend to lose strength and flexibility in these vital areas. It's not just aging that's to blame, it's disuse. Over time, many people stop challenging their feet and ankles the way they used to. Modern shoes with thick, cushioned soles do the work for us, limiting the need for our feet to engage naturally. And when you walk only on flat, predictable surfaces like tile, concrete, or wood floors, the muscles in your feet don't get the variety of movement they need to stay strong. Add to that a habit of rarely walking barefoot, and the small muscles, tendons, and ligaments in your feet begin to weaken, becoming stiff and sluggish. This gradual decline can lead to ankles that are too rigid to respond when you need them most. Minor imbalances go uncorrected. Hesitation replaces confidence, and soon your risk of falling increases, not because your brain isn't alert, but because your feet can't keep up. Take George, a 76-year-old I once worked with. He hadn't experienced any major injuries, and his vision was perfectly fine. But he began to notice he was stumbling more often. "It's like my feet don't react fast enough," he told me. When we tested his ankle mobility, it was shockingly limited. Years of underuse had essentially put his feet to sleep, but the transformation came quickly. After just 2 weeks of doing simple exercises, gentle ankle circles to restore range of motion, towel scrunches to activate his foot arches, and standing calf raises to build strength, George noticed a real difference. "I never realized how much my feet mattered until they started waking up again," he said. By reawakening those forgotten muscles and joints, George took back control of his balance, one step at a time. "I never realized how much my feet mattered," George said. "Now I can feel them working again." And that moment of awareness can be a powerful turning point. So, what about you? Want to test your own foot and ankle strength right now? Try this. Stand barefoot and slowly raise yourself up onto your tiptoes. Do you feel steady, or do you wobble and struggle to hold the position? Now try standing on one foot for a few seconds. Do your ankles feel quick and responsive, or weak and uncertain? If you're unsteady, you're not alone. But it's a sign. Your foundation is weakening, and if you ignore it, that weakness will only get worse. The good news? You can rebuild this strength without fancy equipment or complicated routines. It starts with something as simple as waking up those sleeping muscles. Begin by walking barefoot on natural, uneven surfaces like grass, sand, or a textured mat. These surfaces stimulate your feet, improve balance, and sharpen your sensory feedback. Want to ease tension and boost circulation? Try rolling a tennis ball under your foot for a minute each day. Stretch your calves regularly to maintain ankle flexibility. And don't underestimate the power of slow, controlled movements. Simple actions like mindful walking or deliberate heel-to-toe steps help retrain your body to stay grounded without relying on shoes or walls for support. When your feet and ankles are strong and responsive, the benefits ripple outward. Your posture improves. Movements become smoother, quicker, and more confident. You recover from stumbles faster. Even daily actions, like pivoting to grab something, stepping sideways, or reacting to uneven ground, become easier and safer. It might seem like a small thing, but ignoring your foot and ankle strength is often the first domino in the chain of balance decline. By strengthening this foundation, you're giving your entire body a better chance to stay steady, agile, and confident with every step. And resilient. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please drop a number 1 in the comments. It lets me know you're still here with me, and I truly appreciate you taking the time to learn with us. Mistake 2. Avoiding balance training altogether. The second mistake is quieter, more subtle, but equally damaging. It's the habit of avoiding balance training entirely, and at first glance, it might not even seem like a mistake. After all, most people don't treat balance like a skill that requires practice. We think of it as automatic, like breathing, something the body just knows how to do. But that assumption couldn't be further from the truth. Balance is a complex and coordinated effort. It depends on your muscles, joints, eyes, inner ear, and nervous system all working together in harmony. And like any ability, when it's not actively used, it starts to fade. The issue is, this decline is often masked by caution. As we age, we tend to slow down, avoid uneven ground, stop reaching overhead, or hesitate to turn quickly. These small adjustments might seem wise in the short term, but in the long term, they quietly erode our physical confidence and control. The less we challenge our sense of balance, the more it weakens. Muscles grow slower to react. Nerves provide fewer signals. The brain becomes less familiar with the coordination needed to stay upright. Over time, this lack of challenge leads to a troubling loop. We move less because we feel unsteady, and we feel unsteady because we move less. Linda, a 73-year-old woman I once worked with, captured this perfectly. She told me, "I just try not to move too fast anymore." When we tried a few simple drills, standing with her feet together, walking heel to toe in a straight line, she was shocked by how unbalanced she felt. "I had no idea I'd lost that," she said. "I thought I was just being careful, but I was actually making myself weaker." Her experience is more common than you'd think. and it's a powerful reminder that being careful doesn't always mean being safe. Sometimes, avoiding movement can quietly steal your strength and independence. You don't need to take on extreme balance challenges or risk dangerous stunts to see meaningful improvement. It's about small, consistent efforts that safely reintroduce controlled instability into your daily routine. Try standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, just a few seconds at a time. Practice slow, flowing Tai Chi movements to refine your coordination. Walk heel to toe along a straight line with your arms gently outstretched for support. Even something as simple as standing still with your feet close together and closing your eyes for a few seconds can heighten your body's sense of positioning and control. These subtle yet intentional exercises do more than strengthen your muscles. They reconnect your body and brain, enhancing the nervous system's ability to detect shifts and make fast adjustments. Over time, they don't just rebuild your physical balance, they reignite your confidence. A person with strong balance moves through life with quiet assurance. They stride across a crowded sidewalk without hesitation. They reach for a top shelf without fear of losing their footing. Most importantly, they trust their body to respond quickly when something unexpected happens. Avoiding balance training might feel like a safer choice, especially if you're trying to avoid a fall. But in truth, it's a silent thief. It slowly steals your reaction time, agility, and independence, until one day, the smallest misstep becomes a major risk. The antidote? Embrace small challenges each day. Because balance isn't just about staying upright, it's about staying capable, fearless, and free in your movement for many years to come. Mistake 3. Using improper or unstable footwear at home. Now let's move on to another surprisingly common mistake. One that seems harmless, but often leads to avoidable injuries. It's the habit of wearing improper footwear around the house, or worse, going barefoot on slick, hard surfaces. At first glance, this may seem like a small oversight. After all, isn't being barefoot more natural? Or aren't soft slippers more comfortable? But here's where things become risky. These choices may feel cozy, but they often come with hidden dangers, especially for older adults. It might seem like a trivial concern, something barely worth noting when compared to the many other health issues that come with aging. But the truth is far more serious. Improper footwear is one of the most overlooked yet significant contributors to preventable falls at home. Falls that can lead to broken bones, emergency hospital visits, and a sudden loss of independence. Our feet are much more than just a means of getting from point A to point B. They're the foundation of our balance, acting as the body's natural shock absorbers and stabilizers. Each foot is a complex network of bones, joints, muscles, tendons, and nerve endings, all working in perfect harmony to keep us upright and responsive to our surroundings. But when we compromise that system, by wearing unsupportive shoes, floppy slippers that barely stay on, or worst of all, walking barefoot on slick, hard floors, we interfere with how our feet are meant to function. Without proper grip, arch support, and cushioning, our feet lose their ability to stabilize us. This leaves us exposed to dangerous missteps, especially when walking across area rugs, moving between different floor types, or navigating slightly uneven surfaces. Take, for example, Jack, a 79-year-old retiree who had always been relatively active. For years, he thought nothing of walking around his home in socks, even in the middle of the night. "I figured I was just being comfortable," he said. But one night, comfort turned into a close call. As he walked across the hallway, his foot slipped on a small throw rug. He barely caught himself by grabbing the doorframe in time. That moment was a wake-up call. His voice still carried the tension of that moment as he described gripping the doorframe. That experience shook him, and not just physically. But here's the thing, it wasn't the rug's fault, Jack admitted. When I thought about it, I realized my socks had no traction. I'd basically been skating around my own house for years without realizing the risk I was taking. And Jack's realization is one that many seniors come to, sometimes only after a close call, or worse, a serious fall. The danger isn't always the environment. Often, it starts from the ground up. Improper footwear creates a host of issues that go far beyond simple slipping hazards. Shoes with thin or worn-out soles fail to cushion the impact of every step, sending shockwaves up the legs and into the joints. For those with arthritis or sensitive knees, this can significantly increase pain and inflammation over time. Then there are shoes that are too loose or have smooth, worn-down treads. They allow your foot to slide around inside with every movement, robbing you of stability and control. On the flip side, shoes that are overly cushioned or have raised heels, even small ones, can dull your foot's connection with the ground. This disrupts proprioception, your body's innate ability to sense where it is in space. Without that feedback, your brain can't react quickly enough to adjust your posture or balance when encountering uneven surfaces or sudden shifts. So what should you actually be wearing? Supportive, stability-enhancing footwear shares a few key features. First, firm arch support helps keep your foot properly aligned, reducing stress on your knees and hips. Second, the sole should be flat but flexible, allowing your foot to move naturally while maintaining solid, consistent contact with the ground. Third, a high-quality non-slip tread is essential. It's your first line of defense against slipping on tile, hardwood, or slick pavement. When heading outdoors, choose well-constructed walking shoes or sneakers from trusted brands that prioritize both comfort and safety. A good shoe isn't just about style, it's a safety tool. Support and durability aren't just nice features. They're absolutely essential, especially when it comes to indoor footwear. That's why it's crucial to choose non-slip house shoes or slippers designed with secure fastenings that won't slide off your feet. Avoid backless styles, which offer little to no support, and instead opt for high-quality grip socks with silicone traction patterns along the soles. These small details can make a world of difference. It's important to realize that this isn't about style or even just comfort. It's about giving your feet the proper tools to carry out one of their most vital jobs, keeping you upright, stable, and confidently mobile. Choosing the wrong footwear, whether indoors on smooth hardwood or outside on uneven pavement, can quietly chip away at your stability. Over time, it doesn't just increase your fall risk, it can also shake your confidence in how you move through the world. By contrast, supportive shoes enhance your body's natural balance systems. They work in harmony with your posture, your muscles, and your reflexes, creating a steady base that empowers you to move freely and safely. Think of it as a foundation, strong, secure, and dependable. Take a moment to inspect your current footwear. Do your shoes fit well, neither too tight nor too loose? Do they offer proper arch support? Is the tread still effective or has it worn down? Are the soles flexible enough to move with your foot while still offering firm support? If your shoes don't meet these essential criteria, it might be time for an upgrade. And while this may feel like a small change, the impact on your balance, safety, and overall confidence can be profound. Don't underestimate the power of footwear. It might just be one of the most immediate and effective steps you can take to protect your independence. If you're still with me and finding these insights helpful, please comment the number 2 below to let me know you're watching alongside me. Thank you so much for your time. Now, let's move forward to mistake number 4. Mistake number 4 is something that tends to sneak in without warning, relying too heavily on furniture or walls for support while walking around the home. It's a habit that often starts small, maybe just resting a hand on the back of a chair while moving across the room, or lightly touching the wall while going down the hallway. But over time, these small actions can evolve into full-blown dependence, quietly undermining your body's natural ability to stay balanced. This habit creates what experts refer to as a false sense of safety. While it may feel reassuring in the moment, this kind of dependence actually accelerates the decline of your balance. Each time you lean on a countertop, grip the edge of a table, or press your palm against a wall for stability, you're unknowingly telling your body and brain, "I don't trust you to handle this on your own." And here's the dangerous part. When that message gets repeated day after day, your body listens. Your muscles, especially in your ankles, legs, hips, and core, stop being challenged. They start to weaken, slowly at first, but noticeably over time. Even more critically, the intricate network of neural pathways responsible for keeping you steady and oriented become less responsive. Balance, after all, is not just physical. It's deeply neurological. Sarah, a 75-year-old grandmother I once worked with, is a perfect example of how this cycle can unfold. After experiencing a relatively minor fall, she started using a cane inside her home. At first, she said, it was just for peace of mind. But what was meant to be a temporary aid quickly became a crutch. One day, she told me, I realized I couldn't walk from my living room to the kitchen without it. Her muscles had adapted, not by growing stronger, but by becoming more reliant on external support. What began as a small precaution ended up limiting her independence in ways she never imagined. So if you find yourself reaching for furniture out of habit, not necessity, it might be time to re-examine that behavior, because every step you take unsupported helps your body relearn its strength. Let's continue uncovering the habits that silently erode balance, so you can move through life with greater confidence and security. That cane, once meant to offer short-term support, had quietly become a long-term crutch. Over time, Sarah's natural balance began to deteriorate, but through a structured, supervised routine of balance-focused exercises, we gradually helped her reduce her reliance on external support. Her strength began to return, and something remarkable happened. The turning point, she said, was when I caught myself reaching for the wall, even when I didn't need to. That's when I knew it was a habit, not a necessity. Now, she walks confidently through her home, unaided, and says she feels stronger than she has in years. The physiological effects of constantly leaning on furniture or walls are more serious than most people realize. When we rely on external objects to stay upright, we're outsourcing a task that's meant to be handled by our own musculoskeletal system. Our postural muscles, the ones responsible for stabilizing us with each step, start to disengage. They weaken, not because of age alone, but from lack of use. Just like any other system in the body, if you don't use it, you lose it. And it doesn't stop at muscle strength. The vestibular system in your inner ear, which helps you maintain equilibrium, also receives fewer cues. So does your proprioceptive system, the internal sense that tells your brain where your body is in space. Without regular stimulation, both systems grow sluggish, causing delayed reactions to sudden shifts in position. Exactly the kind of delay that can lead to a fall during a trip or slip. Want to know if you're relying on external support more than you should? Try this simple self-test. Walk across a room in your home. No cane, no hand on the wall, no brushing the edge of furniture. Just you and your body in motion. Notice how you feel. Are you steady, or do you start to tense up the moment you move? Do your hands instinctively reach for something to hold on to, even when nothing is in your way? If that quick exercise feels difficult or uncomfortable, it's a red flag, not of failure, but of an opportunity. It signals that your body has grown accustomed to depending on external aids rather than its own natural balance systems. Fortunately, this can be reversed. The path forward begins by intentionally reducing that dependency. Bit by bit, you can reawaken your body's innate stability mechanisms and rebuild the confidence you may have lost along the way. Let's continue to explore how. Reducing your reliance on furniture and walls starts with progressive, intentional balance training. Begin by standing unaided for short intervals, 30 seconds at first, near a sturdy surface you can grab if needed. Over time, gradually increase this duration to several minutes. Then, take it a step further. Practice walking just 2 or 3 careful, deliberate steps without touching anything, focusing on proper heel-to-toe movement and upright posture. As the weeks go by, extend your distance little by little, always keeping your head up, shoulders back, and movements slow and steady. This journey isn't just about physical improvement. It's deeply psychological too. On the physical side, you're reactivating and strengthening stabilizer muscles that may have been dormant for years. You're also retraining your nervous system to respond quickly and efficiently to small shifts in weight and movement. Mentally, you're slowly dismantling the fear of falling by proving, day by day, that your body still has what it takes to stay balanced and steady. Many older adults are genuinely surprised at how quickly progress can be made. Once they commit to consistent, mindful movement without external aids, they often report increased confidence and a renewed sense of independence. It's not about eliminating all use of supportive devices, especially if they're medically recommended. It's about making sure we're not unconsciously relying on furniture and walls as substitutes for the balance skills we're still capable of rebuilding. With consistency and patience, most seniors can significantly reduce their dependence on environmental supports. The payoff? Stronger legs and core muscles, better posture, increased mobility, and most importantly, a much lower risk of falling. If you're still watching and finding value in these lessons, please take a moment to comment the number 3 below to let me know you're here with me on this journey. Your time is truly appreciated. Now let's move on to mistake 5, one that's often overlooked but critically important: ignoring the health of your vision and your inner ear. These two systems are at the heart of how your body maintains balance, yet they rarely get the attention they deserve. You see, balance isn't just about muscle strength or coordination. It's a finely tuned symphony involving your sensory systems, with vision and the vestibular system playing starring roles. So, what happens when we start to lose clarity in sight or function in the inner ear? Let's find out next. Changes in our visual system can quietly yet dramatically impact balance, often in ways we don't immediately recognize. As we age, our pupils become smaller and less reactive to changes in light, which makes it harder to adapt when moving between bright and dim spaces. The lenses in our eyes start to yellow and stiffen, while the retina, the part responsible for detecting light, begins to lose its sensitivity. These gradual shifts reduce several key visual abilities: sharpness of sight, depth perception, contrast sensitivity, and peripheral awareness. Why does that matter for balance? Because these are the very tools we use to safely navigate the world. When we can't clearly spot floor-level hazards, estimate the height of a step, or adjust quickly to changing lighting, like entering a dim hallway from a sunlit room, our brain receives incomplete spatial information. And without that precision, it becomes significantly harder to stay balanced and upright. At the same time, another major player in our equilibrium is also weakening: the vestibular system inside our inner ear, often referred to as our body's balance center. This intricate network of tiny, fluid-filled canals and microscopic hair cells helps us detect motion and orientation, like whether we're standing upright, leaning, or moving in space. But as these structures degrade with age, the quality and speed of information sent to the brain declines. The result? More difficulty with quick turns, head tilts, or movements that involve looking up or changing direction suddenly. Let's take Tom, an 80-year-old former tennis player, as an example. A lifelong athlete with a sharp mind, he suddenly began noticing more frequent stumbles, especially in unfamiliar surroundings or when the lighting was poor. "I figured it was just part of getting older," he admitted. "I'd catch my foot on uneven sidewalks or misjudge steps I used to take without thinking." But when Tom underwent a full assessment, the causes were clearer than expected. His eyeglasses hadn't been updated in years and no longer addressed the early-stage cataracts developing in both eyes. He also had mild but significant hearing loss, which impacted the balance signals coming from his inner ears. His body was working with outdated or diminished information, and it showed. What does Tom's story teach us? That sometimes what feels like a mysterious decline is simply the result of unaddressed sensory changes, many of which are manageable once identified. Let's now explore how you can support and enhance these vital systems to protect your balance well into your later years. Tom's balance challenges didn't stop at vision alone. His vestibular system was also affected. A deeper evaluation revealed he had undiagnosed benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, BPPV, a surprisingly common inner ear disorder that disrupts your sense of orientation. Once Tom updated his glasses, received hearing aids, and began vestibular rehabilitation therapy, the changes were astonishing. "It was like someone turned the lights back on," he said with genuine wonder. "I hadn't realized how much sensory input I was missing until it came back." What does this teach us? One critical insight stands out. Most age-related issues with vision and vestibular function are not only detectable, they're treatable. And yet, far too many older adults go years without addressing them. The result? An avoidable decline in balance that can threaten independence and quality of life. Regular comprehensive eye exams, not just basic vision checks, are essential. These exams can catch correctable problems like cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, or outdated prescriptions. More advanced assessments can also evaluate depth perception, contrast sensitivity, and peripheral vision, all vital for balance and mobility. Likewise, vestibular issues such as BPPV, labyrinthitis, or Meniere's disease often respond well to focused treatments, if they're properly diagnosed. Unfortunately, many people dismiss symptoms or chalk them up to just getting older. So, what should raise a red flag? If you're frequently tripping or stumbling, especially in dim light, or misjudging curbs or stairs, it's time to take notice. Do you find yourself avoiding crowded stores due to visual overload or feeling dizzy when turning your head? What about a strange floating or swimming sensation when walking? If you instinctively reach for walls in dark environments just to feel steady, your body may be compensating for sensory deficits. Here's the reality. These signs are not normal aging. They're warnings that your vision or inner ear systems may be under strain, or worse, failing to provide the accurate feedback your brain needs to keep you upright. Left unaddressed, this mismatch between sensory input and brain processing can lead to a dramatic increase in fall risk. The good news? Taking proactive steps can bring powerful results. Updating your eyeglass prescription, with specific attention to intermediate and near vision for walking and navigating steps, can make a surprising difference. Addressing treatable eye diseases and beginning vestibular therapy when needed can restore clarity and equilibrium, helping you feel more grounded, stable, and confident in your daily movement. Let's explore some practical ways to support these critical systems and protect your balance for years to come. Rehabilitation exercises, combined with targeted treatments like hearing aids, can dramatically enhance not only hearing, but also balance. These modern tools are more powerful than most people realize. In many cases, they restore lost stability and help seniors move with greater confidence through their daily routines. Simple but strategic home improvements can also go a long way. Think about installing nightlights to reduce visual confusion in the dark, or applying high-contrast tape to stair edges to improve depth perception. Even wearing yellow-tinted glasses can sharpen contrast in low-light environments, especially during evening hours when shadows blur outlines and risk rises. These aren't just minor tweaks. They're essential supports for a safer home. The most important takeaway? Your vision and inner ear health aren't separate from your balance. They're deeply intertwined with it. Just like muscles need strength and joints need flexibility, your sensory systems must stay sharp to give your brain the clear signals it needs to keep you upright. By proactively nurturing these often overlooked systems, you empower your body to respond more accurately and efficiently to everyday challenges. Whether it's maintaining strong ankles, boosting proprioception, or enhancing visual clarity, it all adds up to a stronger, more stable you. This whole-body approach is your best defense against the risks of falling and the loss of independence that can come with it. So what's one step you'll take starting today? Will you commit to a daily balance drill? Get your eyes or ears checked? Maybe you'll finally swap out those worn-out shoes for supportive ones. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support inspires us to keep producing content that helps you move confidently and live fully. And remember, every small step you take today lays the foundation for stronger, steadier strides tomorrow. Wishing you good health, happiness, and peace, always. Don't forget to subscribe to our Healthy Aging Blueprint channel. We'll see you in the next video.